マジモンだな。来たな途中から。
やばい。延々とマンタ。
延々とマンタ。
最高でした。まだいます。
こんにちは。Hello. My name is Totty.
Totty, Mark.
Mark.
Nice to meet you.
よろしくお願いします。
They generally don't. Generally, the reef mantas don't like to go across really deep water because of big sharks.
Yeah. So,
Generally.
yeah.
And so, in general, reef mantas 300 to 400 kilometers is kind of a max normally. So, I would say it's quite possible that it could be connected to Kirama, but not. They're not going to Indonesia. They're not going to Philippines. I don't think. I think they would be
Around.
in the Ryukyus.
水温が高すぎるんじゃないかなって言ってたんですけど、まぐれに。
まぐれにまた。すごい。
そう、GPS が4枚に。
お、4枚。お、すごい4枚。
そう、久米島は3枚。
3枚。
like 3 in 久米島。それで下曽根は1枚ジャイアントにつけられて。
お、すごい。また。
そう
マギーじゃなくて。
そう、マギーじゃなくて。
じゃない。
そう。で
下曽根と久米島でタグ付けもすでにしてきて、
それでその宮古島での調査とか、その例えば冬来て、そのタグ付けとかを挑戦したいとか、ある機会があったら、そういうのってどうなんですか？大丈夫ですか？ここにそのパソコンみたいなのが入ってて、この水面に来る途端、このセンサーが GPS の位置を取って、衛星から取ってトラッキングする衛星に、そのこのマンタはどこにいたのかの情報を自分たちのパソコンに送ってくれるんです。でこのタグは1秒1秒水深、水温、光のレベルを記録してて、これが上に来ると、そのどういうんだろう、全部データを送るのは重たすぎるから、そのどういうんだろう、まとめを送るんです。だから私たちはそれをパソコンでまとめが見れる。宮古島でタグをつけた時にユージさんとかトッティさんにもそのどうやってそのデータを見るのかも教えます。
めちゃくちゃ面白くないですか？お、あっち行ったみたいな。
そういう感じです。
Right. So we typically would program these tags for 4 to 6 months, and when it comes to the end of that 4 or 6 months, whatever day we said it comes off, the battery sends a little bit of a current right there that then corrodes. It's called galvanic corrosion because there's electricity running through the wire, and then it just burns off, right? And this is boop, and the whole thing floats. This is then left in the manta, but because there's no longer anything dragging on it, usually the manta's healing will it'll pop it out just like a splinter, you know what I mean, like that. Yeah. So this usually will come out within a month or so after the tag is released. Okay.
また見ても絶対これは入ってないんです。もう取れてます。
なるほど。僕たちはすごいやりたいんだけど、その宮古島のダイビング団体に属してるから、そこでやってもいいかっていうふうに挙げて、OK をもらわなきゃいけない手順として、でユージさんがそこの理事を務めているのでお願いします。
お願いします。
これですごいデータが全部取れたらまた。
そう、もう、そう、それはダイビング協会にも全然共有したいし、もうみんなで楽しく研究ができて、もっとマンタのことを知れたらなって本当に思ってます。
早くていつぐらいを考えてますか？
早くて2月とか。
2月とか。
で許可的とかそのダイビング団体に なんかそういう許可を取るのは2月は早すぎます？
いやそんなことないですよね。
ある程度まあ根回ししながら動いて、で
じゃあよろしくお願いします。お願いします。お願いします。
今回
お願いします。ありがとうございました。ありがとうございました。
オッケー、よろしくお願いします。ついに来ました。ついに。同じぐらいでダメになるから。そう、ここの生地は強いけど、結局首とかチャック。今港がこの辺で、マンタホスピタルがここ。
So the red corner is our Manta Clinic station.
ここ。
はい。
で、昨日の夜から前線が風が強くなってきているので、まあ今こういう感じで、風が吹いてるから、でさらに今日の夜からでしたっけ？もう一回前線来るの。もう一回前線来てしまうので、今日明日ここで潜るのは難しいと思う。行けてあさって行けるかどうかなっていう感じ。でしあさっては一番穏やかに帰るから一番穏やかだけど、早朝行けるんだったら早朝でも全然僕らは時間はいくらでも合わせられるから、そう皆さんたちがどれぐらい許容できるかっていうところ。そしたらポイントまで30分。
Okay.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
Till the point.
Okay.
OK?
Okay.
出航して OK?
OK。
よし、じゃあ頑張りましょ
お願いします。
う。お願いします。Let's go. 船は止めれないからドリフト。
ありがとうございます。
潜れるかどうか近くまで行って行けたら船が止めれる可能性は低いけどドリフトはできるかもしれないからそれができるかまず見に行ってっていう感じで行きます。ナイス。
OK です。
よー。
おはようございます。なりました。Good morning.
もういた。
2枚。おお。You see the a little wave?
いたいたいたいたいた。2枚。
しぶりああ3枚いる3枚いるこの下泳いでる
あんな近くまでビーチから
もうだってリックから見えるやつですよね。
Tell them it's because it was like a training.
いや、オーストラリアで、
うん
なんかトレーニング中の、トレーニング用に使ってたボールで、ゴムがなんか使ってた人たちが力がなくて、ゴムを緩めにしたんだって。
ああ、なるほど。
それを使って
なるほど。だから力がなかったんです。
力が。
あ、なるほど。
Now you can tell them that it
機材トラブル。
はい、ありがとうございます。明治版も頑張って。
頑張ります。ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
Good luck.
Thank you. Good luck. One quick note to you: be vicious. Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Bye.
Little girl. Nice. Very good.
One more. One more.
One more. Okay.
One more.
We saw one more, and it swam away.
まあでもクリーニングしてたら
わあ、最後の一本。最後の一本。I hope you catch.
Okay, thank you.
いってらっしゃい。
That was a big pregnant female.
Big female.
Yep,
Whoa.
pregnant. Pregnant.
Really? Whoa. Congratulations four times.
4 times.
Yay! 4 times.
ありがとうナイスオッケー
任務完了。
So luckily we got succeed to give GPS for 4 manta rays. Okay, so which is highest expectation in Miyako Island. So can you tell us how you're feeling now about that?
I'm very relieved because, as you know, the first 3 days were very bad weather and no mantas and no nothing. So today, just everything went absolutely perfect. So it's really
Perfect
good.
condition.
Yeah.
And it happens a lot afternoon. In the morning, we saw a lot of manta rays on
Yep,
the
up on the
surface.
surface, yeah. Yeah.
But it happened the afternoon.
Yes, the afternoon.
So,
went crazy.
do you think that's because of water condition?
You know, manta rays like to clean really in the middle of the day. That's very common that we see them kind of 10 in the morning till 2 in the afternoon. That's the peak of cleaning. And we saw that today, right? So they were absolutely out there cleaning. Yeah.
So that was the best timing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what kind of impression do you get from the small cleaning station in Miyako?
I think it's a very special cleaning station.
Special?
Yeah, very special. It's it has a very good layout so that you can have quite a few divers around and not bother the mantas. And the mantas seemed like they were very relaxed. So yeah, it was a very nice cleaning station. It was very easy to do tagging there because the mantas are relaxed and you could get close to them. So yeah, it's a special place. Very nice.
So good for manta rays and also good for the divers
Yeah.
to watching the manta rays.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so we got so much special
Yes.
cleaning station.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you expect the information from those 4 manta rays?
Yeah,
Yeah.
big question. So if you look at the animal that we tagged, was it yesterday? Mako,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
She already moved down to, what is the name of the other island?
The Irabu Island, north side of Irabu Island.
Yeah. So I think what we'll see with the 4 animals that we tagged, plus the one Ishigaki manta, which is also here.
Yes.
So we have 5 animals swimming around Miyako now. And I think you'll get a very good chance now to see where the feeding is, the surface feeding. And hopefully that also gives you some idea of where other cleaning stations are. Yeah.
So in Miyako, we have suggestion that there's another cleaning station already. So if we found it, would you come back to this island? Okay.
No, happy to come back. It's a beautiful
Yeah.
island and lovely people, wonderful dive guides.
Thank
So very
you.
good. Yeah.
Okay. So the last question.
Yeah.
So it's not about only Miyako. So for you, what is how does it confirm the love for manta rays?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I have to say, you were watching that last manta we tagged,
Yes.
yeah? And you saw that she came by several times, very close, and she looked me right in the eye.
Yeah.
I actually felt really bad that I had to tag her. Because she was trusting, yeah? She had full trust. She said, hello. Hi. Okay, I have to poke you. Poke. But yeah, the mantas are amazing animals. They're absolutely amazing animals. And you can just feel that when you're with them. You know, every one of those mantas that we did on the cleaning station, they came very close and looped around several times. And they're just happy to see people. So it's very nice to see.
no hesitation, no like blocking feelings.
No.
Just they have already trust
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
That's make you fall in love with Manta.
Yes, absolutely.
I see.
Amazing.
So we gotta say thank you so much for this big opportunity and then giving us the amazing moments.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you for coming to Miyako Island. I hope to see you soon.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah.
ありがとうございました。ありがとうございました。Hey, that's rock.
Thank you very much. ありがとう。
Thank you!